Hi, good afternoon, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're welcome once again back to my YouTube channel, and it's your girl Irene. In case you're just tuning in case you just see my face for the first time, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There's a red subscribe button on your right. Yes, on your right. Please hit on it, and there's a bell close to it. Click on it too, okay? So that you get notified whenever I post a new video up on this channel, okay? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about our emotions. Like, how can we control our emotions? How can I control my emotions? How can you control your emotions? So before we dive into the video, let me ask you this question. What do you think about fire? Fire. Is fire good or bad? Tell me. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to say it depends on the circumstances. Yes, so fire could be either good or bad. Let's assume you're in a winter country now, because presently there are some countries that are experiencing winter. Yes, I have friends in Italy that tells me that it's very cold there now. So, and in this country that is winter now, maybe you're there, and somehow you gather logs of wood to start up a fire in your fireplace, to create some warmth in the house. Don't you see that fire in that case now is a very good thing? Because in this case, it's going to provide warmth, okay? But if care is not taken, do you realize that that same fire could actually spread and then, burn down the whole house? Yeah? So you see, our emotions could be likened to that fire. Our emotions, when taken care of, when trends could be very good. It could bring blessings to us. But when unrestrained, when we can't control our own emotions, it can bring, just like that fire that can spread and then burn down the whole house. Our emotions can actually burn us, down. And with people around us, it can just burn everybody down. Okay? Yes. So, as humans, whether young or old, we might find ourselves in a position where we are so angry. We are so angry. We are very, very hot. We can't really, how do you diffuse this anger? Okay, so we're going to talk about ways we can actually diffuse our anger or control our emotions. Okay, so the first one is diffusing anger. You might want to find out what diffusing anger means. I know it isn't easy to deal with hurt, to deal with pain, to deal with, to deal with anger, and then mistreatment. It is not easy to deal with such things. Sometimes we get so emotional, like, why would this person treat me like this? Why would this person, get me angry? Why, you get so angry. Yeah, it's normal. We are humans. But then how do you control it? Now, the first case is that you might want to just consider it. You might just want to, reason. Ask yourself questions. You might just want to, what if I just let this go? Is it something I can just let go? Is it something I can just deal with, and still maintain my calmness, my sanity? Is it something I can actually do? So when you ask yourself these questions and then it is something you can do, just pray over it. Yeah, we bear our hearts to God. He's our maker. It's just like when somebody, there are people who made generator, all these appliances that we use, television and the rest. This television comes with manual. When you read that manual, you'll be able to, on your television and use it. So it's the same. It could be likened to humans too. God, who is our maker, gave us a manual, and that manual is the Bible. So when we start malfunctioning, sorry, let me use that word, malfunction. When we start malfunctioning, we can always go back to that manual, our manual, okay, and seek help. And one of the helps most times is bearing our hearts to God, telling God how we feel. Look at what this person has done to me, and help me, save me from hate. I don't want to hate this person. Yes, this can actually help you diffuse your anger. Okay, so let's go to the second point. Okay, now before we go to the second point, let's assume you've actually analyzed the situation, you've checked everything, you've put two and two together, and you're like, no, still I don't feel okay. I've prayed about it, I've given it a thought. It's not something I can actually deal with. Yes, the Bible said that there is time for everything under the sun. There's a time for you to keep quiet, and there's a time for you to speak up. So you might want to go, talk things over with the person who is hurting you. Go over to the person and tell the person, say, look at what you did to me, and I'm not okay with it, okay? And then, talk it out with this person and see if you can settle the problem. That way you can still maintain your sanity too, okay? So now another point is, how can you cope with sadness? Coping with sadness, living with sadness, it is something that will say, I can't do this one. No. Cope with sadness, no. A lot of people have actually harmed themselves because they really can't deal with sadness. A lot of people have, resorted to doing some silly things because they feel they can't, control themselves. They can't control their emotions. They can't actually cope with sadness. Young people especially have actually gone as far as harming themselves, or even trying to commit suicide because they feel nobody understands them, and nobody, they don't get the connection. They feel mistreated and the rest of it. So many people has actually gone far, harming themselves and the rest. But now, how do you cope with sadness? One of the ways you can actually cope with sadness is speaking up. How do I mean? If you have parents, you can always go to your parents and say, look at what has been happening to me. I don't look at what I'm feeling, look at, and then they'll give you advice. Or you might as well go to a matured person, somebody who you think wouldn't be biased, who is going to give you, a solid advice. You don't just go and meet a stupid person and ask the person to give you advice, okay? So you have to meet somebody who is matured intellectually, to who wouldn't be biased, who is going to give you advice on how you can deal with that sadness, okay? So another one, which is the most important one, is prayer. Yes, a lot of people, I don't know, they misunderstand praying. Most people, when you tell them to pray, they feel like you're giving them, I don't know, they just feel you're not giving them good advice, or you're telling them to follow the long road or something. But then praying is the key. You talk to God, bear your emotions to him, because he's the only one who reads the heart. He's the only one, without even telling him everything. When you just go to pray to him, he searches the heart. So he's just going to see everything, even without being told, even without you saying anything. So just bear your heart to God. Tell him how you feel, and let him provide a better way to handle such situation or such sadness. When you do this, definitely, like, mark my words, definitely, for sure, God is going to provide or answer that prayer, provide a means to your prayer, like answering your prayers. So these are ways you can actually do what? Control your emotions, and don't let sadness, anger, bitterness engulf you. Do not let, mistreatment, misunderstanding cloud your judgment into thinking that nobody cares, or you should hurt yourself and the rest. So when you do this, you're actually going to control or learn how to control your anger. It is not easy. It is definitely not easy, but it's something you can actually do, okay? So thank you so much for watching today's video. Please, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to join the family proper, okay? I'll see you in my next video. I love you all.